I'm really thrilled to say today we're unlocking a rather provocative question around the death of the demo. We've actually launched an in-depth research study and are going to take you through the findings. The first one is that behaviours are better than demographics, that the zero moment of truth can happen anywhere, and that owned and earned are your new mass channels.
This is what makes the Mindshare Unlocks a consumer journey study so unique, because we can now look at each of your categories in one holistic study. This all means that we can now create output that includes category and product consumer journey blueprint type reports. We can analyse shopping behaviour and ultimately the development of a new planning model where we can visualise the consumer journeys in sequence by the most influential touch points for different categories, products or services.
The first key point that we really wanted to dive into, and this is really the overarching hypothesis that we came into the survey with, was whether behaviours are actually more important than demographics in terms of the way that we're actually planning and buying our media approach. Consumers who are actually moving their shopping online are 25% more likely to actually consider multiple brands. We need to be thinking about every conceivable journey that these shoppers can actually undertake. What we see is that earned media is actually punching well above its weight in the way that it's actually influencing this shopper journey. We can no longer buy scale, we have to actually earn it. For us, what this study really crystallises is the urgent need to act now.
I fear that we get so focused on a direct conversation that actually your brands won't stand for something in national consciousness and people won't know who you are, and if they only know who you are when they're finally at that point of buying you, it's going to take a lot longer for you and a lot more money for you to actually influence that purchase.
It's about quantifying the role of each owned asset, because most owned assets have several roles as well, and I think it's hard to understand, with a box of cereal what that could do online, or what can a website do at the top part of the funnel versus the bottom part of the funnel. And I think brands need to take a step back and think about that a bit more.
I think doing the who, what, where, we can drill down on every article. So we know where you access it from, we know probably where you live, we know what you spent online the last wee while, and so all that, and that's quite new sort of data for us to get our hands on.
Everything will be always on. I think there'll be a point where you give a pot of money to your agencies and go, here's $3 million, we're going to have a contract and agreement, but you're going to spend that in real time for me.
We may have data that suggests something completely different and may change your brief, but will still solve the business problem. So I think often giving a hat tip to what the data can say will give you a bit greater insight into what the opportunities are, I think.
The role of the agency will become a consulting role to help clients develop and integrate work processes, technology, build an internal competency.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you.